Hi, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Today we're going to take a look at a USB condenser microphone from SUDOTACK. So if you're looking to get started maybe making podcasts or other sort of content for YouTube or different platforms, obviously upgrading your audio is going to be a very important element in that. I would almost say it's the most important thing that you need to upgrade first in your productions. Chances are you've already got a newer smartphone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and that's going to shoot nice quality 4K footage. It's probably not going to do the blurry background thing like what I'm getting right now with my Canon M50 and the fantastic Sigma 16mm f1.4, but that's fine. You don't need to spend the money on that in order to get started making your content. But the built-in microphone on all of those devices, whether you've got an iPhone or even a nicer camera, isn't gonna be the best quality. And that's gonna really hold you back. You're gonna pick up too much ambient noise, or the quality of your voice, it'll just kind of come through either sort of muffled or not clear enough, and upgrading the audio there is critical. So this microphone is a great budget option to get you started, especially if you're looking for some kind of a microphone for maybe making podcasts or YouTube vocal overdubs, or maybe you just want it to use with your PC as you're gaming. You should be aware that this microphone is not compatible with an Xbox, but it will work with your PlayStation 4. It will work with any computer, whether you're PC or Mac. Because of its USB connection point, it's super quick and easy to get it connected into whatever recording software that you've been using. And once it's connected and you've been able to record, you can obviously apply post-production effects as well, so maybe a little bit of EQ or compression to help kind of control the volume. For the test that I'll be doing, I won't be doing any post-production though. I want you to hear the mic exactly as it sounds right out of the box, so that it gives a nice accurate representation of what this mic sounds like. So this microphone has a plastic body housing, and it is fairly light, so if you're going to be mobile, moving around, that's definitely pretty cool. It also comes with a small tripod and adapter to connect it to the tripod, as well as another adapter so you could connect it to a traditional, basically maybe like a boom desk mic stand, or maybe even a traditional mic stand. So you've got the flexibility and options to really kind of get your mic in the best possible location for capturing your audio. One feature I really like is that it has a controllable mic gain knob right on the front of it. Now, it does not have any mute functionality, but being able to have a controllable mic gain is great here. I've reviewed a few USB mics that don't have that, and being able to really dial that in, I do think is very important. You know, depending on what your setup is, maybe you talk a little louder, or maybe you talk a little quieter, you know, whatever it might be, you want to be able to have the gain control there to really optimize your audio. With audio, you really want to get the best possible recording into your computer or recording software. You can only do so much to polish a turd, so if you haven't gotten good audio in, you know, EQ, compression, those sort of things, they can't make anything that's been recorded poorly sound great. That's just not the way that it works. So a big thing in learning how to record audio is to get the best possible audio right in. Now there's going to be a little bit of trial and error there, both even if you've been recording or producing content, or if you're new to it. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You've got to figure out what works best with your particular production setup, whatever, you know, kind of room that you're working in, as well as what kind of content you are producing. So, you know, it all just depends on what you're doing, and that's part of the process of getting used to making content just in general. So just remember, it's a learning curve, and you're going to have to experiment a little bit. So now that we're about halfway through this video, if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. Helps my little channel continue to grow. Here we do original progressive metal, music, product reviews, and guitar lessons, both licks and warm-ups and that kind of thing. Those are the categories that I cover, so if you're digging it, again, hit like and subscribe. Also, let me know down below how well you think this mic sounds for the money. Now this microphone features a cardioid pickup pattern. If you're new to audio, you probably don't know what that means. It's basically that the microphone is designed to pick up what's directly in front of it the most, cut out some or a lot of the sides and basically everything from behind the microphone. So you want to have your microphone in pretty much an optimal spot, so that way you get, again, that nice clear audio right into it. You don't want to be speaking into the side of the mic, off axis, something like that. You know, somewhere around maybe 6 to 8 inches is a good starting point away from the capsule, and then, you know, basically kind of go from there. The microphone comes also with a windscreen cap that just kind of slides over it. It's a little foam thing that will help knock down some of the plosives, or the P's, when you're speaking. Now that foam filter definitely helps knock down some of those plosives, but it might be a good idea to invest in a cheap pop filter as well. A dedicated pop filter is really probably the most important thing you can do to get quality audio right into your recording software, besides just the mic placement near the source. Especially if you're going to be recording spoken word or vocals, those P's just have a really strong plosive, tends to make the mic distort just because it's hitting it with so much force. So the pop filter is a great cheap way of being able to control that and get great audio right in. Alright, so here's what the SUDOTACK microphone sounds like. Again, I'm not using any post-production here. I'm not using any EQ. I'm not using any compression. It's just going to be exported directly out of my recording software. I use Digital Performer, but you could use whatever you want, matched with the video. And there you go, and that lets you know what this mic sounds like. I'm really impressed with how good this mic sounds. For $30, I really think you can't go wrong, no matter what your productions are. So, you know, maybe you're a musician and you want to be recording your vocals. Maybe it's you and an acoustic guitar and you just want to get your ideas out, send a nice, clear representation to your bandmates. This is going to work great for you. This is also going to work great for podcasts, for voiceovers, for YouTube, whatever your production is, you know, to get you started. This is great. Since it's USB function, you don't need an extra audio interface, so that's helped keeping the cost down. I love that it includes this gain control knob on it. So what I'll do is, right now I'm holding it maybe 4 inches from my face. I'm going to move it away a little bit and just kind of turn that gain up. So that gives you an idea of, right now the gain's basically at noon, straight up and down. I'm holding it probably the better part of 8 inches away from my face. That's going to help really control the proximity effect as well. So the proximity effect is when a mic gets closer to its source, it's going to naturally pick more of the, you know, kind of bassiness of the voice up. You know, so that's a fun thing to kind of play around with, especially if you're, you know, a singer or a vocalist. This is a great way to kind of get started recording. You know, especially, you know, if you're just getting into this sort of thing, you get a nice, you know, maybe a freemium, you know, kind of recording software. Even if it's just Audacity and a mic like this, you can start creating something, you know, whether it's music, YouTube videos, a podcast. You can get, you know, kind of that creative thing going for not a whole lot of money. So, you know, I love that it's got that gain control knob on the outside. Sometimes USB mics don't have that. And because it's a plastic housing, this mic is really light. It's, you know, portable. The only other thing I would consider getting is a pop filter. You know, even with it this far away, with that gain setting at a nice level, you know, the pop filter is going to go a long way to really control them. You know, P, P, P. You can hear it. It's starting to, you know, be more than the capsule can handle, which is not a design flaw of the microphone. All microphones work like that. So, you know, I've got a blue baby bottle. That's my primary mic that I use when I'm going to record from a source, whether it's vocals. You know, we've used that in past productions with a minor error, or maybe an acoustic guitar. I play trumpet, so maybe I got to record some horn. You know, I use a pop filter anytime there's vocals, not when you're recording a horn, but you know, you get the idea. So cheap pop filter, basically round out your productions for about $50. You could get recording and get a nice sound. So this is going to work great for gaming as well. Right now I'm just kind of holding the microphone, but I could have mounted it to, you know, a dedicated stand to get a little bit even cleaner audio. I'm just trying to not move it around too much so you don't hear that like kind of rumble. But I think all in all, I'm really impressed with how this microphone sounds. Now, I've tested other USB microphones that worked well and were quick and easy to get going, but I really like this one, and for $30, I mean, you really can't go wrong. So, down below, let me know, what do you think about how this microphone sounds, how it's performing, and thanks for watching this video. Bye.